Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
General Patton, as you all know of, one of our greatest generals, who also, generally every time he opened his mouth was to switch feet, and he annoyed both Eisenhower and Omar Bradley. And on a Memorial Day, which in those days was a decoration day, and someone had read Flanders Field, and they asked Patton if he had any comments, which of course Bradley was there, not Ike, and he just rolled his eyes, and Patton, as usual, had his usual comments. And he said, you know, it's foolish. It's foolish to honor the dead. So of course everyone looked, where's he going with this? He said, rather, we should thank God that they lived. And as profound as that, we can do both. We can honor and also thank God for their existence. Because without them, I'm not sure how many of us would have the life that we have. In fact, I'll take that back. I'm sure we wouldn't. Now I want to introduce our guest of honor, our guest speaker, and our veterans officer, and somebody that is extremely close to me, been in my life for over 60 years. We were pals in high school, and it shows you what the turns and twists of life. I went to college, and Bob went to Vietnam. Doesn't sound fair, does it? But that's been the way it's been throughout American history. As horrible as the Civil War was, if you had $300, you could pay for a substitute, which, by the way, some very remarkable people took advantage of. President Grover Cleveland, Teddy Roosevelt Sr. So there was quite a few that was Ted Roosevelt, the president's father, and that's why he was so intent on fighting, going up and putting his life in danger because he was embarrassed of what his father had done. But it was all legal, just like it was legal for me to go to college and for Bob to go to Vietnam. And it's the inequities of life, and hopefully we'll never have to go through a period like that again. Without further ado, our guest of honor.
Absolutely. So hey, it goes back and forth.
Huh?
However, hello everyone.
Hello.
Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for inviting me, and thank Denny for inviting me because if I'm not mistaken, I'm here 21 years now.
something working right, and I like it. But I'm going to change the program if I can a little today, because this gives me an opportunity to talk about things that I like to talk about, and my job, which now is helping veterans. Yes, I'm a Vietnam veteran. Timing was on your side. It's funny how things happen. I think Joey Corey's here. We were going to school in Philadelphia, and all same time, started out. I finished 1 year, 25 years old, and I get a draft notice. And I'm thinking, well, this must be a mistake. Wrong. So this is Mr. Frollo, welcome. I mean, the way it worked to my benefit, but when you get your ed from New Jersey, first thing they send you to is Fort Dix.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No,
it's working.
Close.
Closer.
Okay. Any better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I start out at Fort Dix. Unfortunately, 2 weeks there, and they sent me to Fort Knox. Fort Knox is mechanized infantry. So already I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know what this is, I don't like it. But now I do, I think it was 6 weeks in Fort Knox. Now it's time to go to Fort Polk. Fort Polk is pre-Vietnam, because it's a beautiful base, but it's nothing but preparation for Vietnam. So I do my time there, whatever it may be. They send me back to Fort Knox for another 30 days. Then it's time to go home and see the parents and get ready to go to the big rice paddy. And oddly enough, with all those moves, I wound up in a hand-picked unit. It was air-cushioned vehicles. You guys have probably rides on a cushion of air. Beautiful. I couldn't ask for a better job. But the problem with that is we, and I say we, were very, I don't know, we didn't look in the right direction. Because one thing what covered Vietnam was drugs, poison, chemicals. You're in an air-cushioned vehicle. You're riding on air. As you're up on air, where is the air blowing all the chemicals? So we have infantry troops on our side. They're all drinking, eating the chemicals. We're doing the same thing. I think it's my sabbatical because, oh, hey, but you have to walk around in that stuff. So a long story short, but my issue anyway, not to be personal, but I had no problems in Vietnam. I think I was home 10 years. We were in a golf tournament up in the Jaworskis. And all of a sudden I just fell. No reason, no pain, just boom. Everybody's like, you want another beer? No. I don't understand this, but no. But again, testing, whatever, like the kids now, and they start finding things, cancer in different spots, just poisoning. And it's a shame, I think because of the cost or because of the they didn't know what to do initially to handle it, but they didn't respond. And more kids got sick, a lot worse than me. But it's a problem that exists today, which is one of the things I want to talk about, because Danny's been treading water uphill trying to get this thing to get together. And last week we both got the notification that there will be a new VA clinic in Linwood. We hope by the end of the year. It's going to do a lot. I mean, there's kids now that they don't have the money, they don't have jobs, and they desperately need to be taken care of. Which again is something, let me go back to Danny if I can. Steve Wolicki worked with me about 6-7 months ago. Steve was with the Legion Riders. Steve had a problem with his body where he lost lower portion of one of his legs. And he and I kind of had the same pattern where we want to go out and help veterans, other veterans with similar or worse situations. We did. Steve, his intentions were exactly as mine, was so comfortable in our office. But what I'm trying to say is that Our strong suit now is to help the veterans that are in need and can't get it. And there's too many that can't get it, and it's so frustrating. I'll give you an example if I can, no names. Elderly gentleman having very serious hearing problems, was in a nursing home locally, and he went to have a test done over at the clinic, and they couldn't do it because they don't have an audiologist here. So his son had to come take him out of the nursing home, drive him up to Vineland. When he gets to Vineland, what does Vineland say? But he's going to have to go up to, I think it's UTE, whatever the firm is in Philly. Well, now, I mean, come on. We're home for the service, we're all sick, we're having issues. It's supposed to be community coverage. To me, Philadelphia, community coverage is not for us. That's ridiculous. So, but if that's the only thing that's out there, we have to do it. They could do it. We're moving in, or supposedly we were moving into the Northfield Clinic. We had 2 audiologists, one to go there and go to work, or put them in Vineland to go. No, we don't need them. We have community care. Yeah, but community care is not on your system, so they have to pay for it. So it's just, that's the things that we're looking at today. That's the things our veterans have to put up with. That's the things that are not fair, and that's the things that I really want to concentrate on looking into. But we need all your help. Denny's giving me all the help I can use. I want to put that into effect. So, again, have us. Thank you for having us here today. God bless America.
This is your day today, Frog. You call him Frog, by the way, if you haven't figured out why. Listen to him. This is your day, Bob Furlough Day at Manor County.
Thank you very much.